twin souls. Welcome to Larisa Lili Temperance. Today we are doing the energy check-in for the twins, divine masculine, divine feminine. I am going to, when I'm truly picking up more on masculine energy and what they want to say, but I'm gonna just shift the energy already to this message because I need to get it out. I'm sorry, you guys, this has been an interesting. So last night, it's so crazy how I'm picking up more dreams. Usually the day before I have to do these readings because I'm usually scheduled to do them on my Saturdays because I'm more relaxed. And so again, there is high sexual energy here coming from the masculine energy, very, very, very high. And what I got from that is that they're struggling within themselves right now because the truth is they do desire feminine energy, but in its purest form. But they know that at this moment they don't want to use you for that. They don't want to use the connection for that because of its purity, because of the virtue of you and what you stand for in their life. And so the struggle is how they've looked for affection in all the wrong places. And I actually got that from a song this morning when I woke up, and it was called Affection. And they realizing how they just, when they fall into that void, they tend to look for the affection in all the wrong places. And that's through their behaviors of, I do feel a lot of masculines fall into alcohol, drinking, and that's just a way of numbing emotions. And then yes, interactions with other people, maybe going back to old connections just for the sexual encounter. It's just for the release. It means absolutely nothing. But again, we're looking for the affection in all the wrong places, because that's what the song kept emphasizing. I do feel they resist. And so then this is a lot of what they're contemplating about, a lot of what's in their mind. And so this is a struggle. This is their devil energy within right now. Some of them are in hermit. Some will actually take action and actually go and do these things, but then fall back into their energy of hermit out of regret. And so really remorsing because of, I really feel for a while, a lot of these masculines kept their own purity to resist. But then when they fall into that trap, there's a lot of guilt that comes in when they do fall into those traps. And so they see their reflection in your eyes. They see the mirror in you. They know. It's and also I'm posting this on 4/4, which is Sunday. And today, right? Well, I'm not tomorrow when I post this is 4/4, and April 4th, that's masculine. That's the emperor number 4/4. That's a lot of planning. That's a lot of solidifying foundations, also the structure. But I just feel they're stabilizing themselves. So there's planning and stabilizing. And here we are in the spring energy, which I think they're stepping more into their higher self. But yet struggle with old ego versions of themselves that seek validation. And I think they're being tested. And so they're human, right? Their ego will fall into it and they will be tested. And they will probably, like I said, go, and some of them will take this action and, encounter into old versions of themselves, but quickly will fall back and be like, in regret. And then again, a reminder of their own purity and the feminine energy too, of how they need to preserve for the feminine. But I also feel this is mutual energy for some feminines who fall into that masculine energy and go and do the same thing, right? Falling into old behaviors. So I have to say, I do feel it can go both ways as well, because, we're both now living in falling into 3D versions of ourselves versus the higher version of ourselves. Because the feminine, you'll live in your high version, but then you'll fall into 3D version of some of you feminists may be like, oh, F this, I'm just going to go out, have fun, for the change, but then immediately also, I mean, and it's not about sleeping. You could just feel as guilty as sharing space and going on a date with someone. It's like something as simple as that for some of you in the feminine energy. And also feeling bad for the other person for taking their time. So there's just a level of integrity being, that's what it is. Oh my God, you know all this as I'm saying, level of integrity being tested. So, okay, we're going to pull a major arcana shift right now, because I want to know what's the shift right now for the masculine spirit. What is the major shift? I'm just going to focus on the masculine today. What is the major shift? But I do feel you both are in some level of masculine energy, because like we saw last week's reading, you guys were in masculine energy. So, you know, this could, wow, this is masculine. So the high priestess, like masculines always seem to get this on a week to week, or just being told to hermit or go within. And so here in this deck, the high priestess is go within. And you're a very intuitive person, and there are many wonderful insights that lie waiting inside you. Take the time to be quiet and reflect upon the desires of your heart through meditation or prayer. There is no need to take action right now. Be patient with yourself. And I think that's what happens. They lose patience with themselves and then question their desires of the heart, and that's their desires of the hearts are being tested. And so that's what I'm saying. I feel like some of them actually go out and then, you know, validate the ego and, you know, do things to seek their attention elsewhere, but then easily fall back. When they're back into their hermit energy and going within because it didn't feel right. You know, it's a self-realization that, you know, a lot of these masculines are testing. And so, but see, what I find really, really good is that I really feel they're not liking it. It's like they're realizing I'm done. You know, it's more of a realization like, yeah, this is not me anymore. And you know what? Yeah, I did it. Okay, whatever. But this is not me. It's helping. Unfortunately, they need to take those steps or be tested in that way to fall into their decisive action, to go back within and say, hey, how did I feel about this? And this is the patience that's required from the masculine energy. Okay, so here we have the situation involves commitment, and this is obviously reaching higher levels of commitment with their feminine. This is what they're seeing, though. I have to say, the virtue, the purity of the feminine to them. That is the purity. This is the feminine is this high level of the masculine they want to be, not what they're being tested. That's just temporary. So Spirit, what else? Yeah, yep, making the effort. And, you know, they know that here, I don't normally need to read this, but here I do feel this very strongly. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And that's the effort. They're being tested, but this is the steps they're being guided to take. Bottom of the deck is let your friends help you. And I feel like guidance, the spiritual support from their guides, and they're realizing they are guided in this going within when they go back and they hear from their guides, which is and their higher self, because they're also falling into their higher self with the strong high priestess energy. So let me just pull some more energies of where they're at, and we'll just kind of chat about it. I just feel it's more of a test right now for them. So Spirit, what else do we want our feminines to know about the masculine energy? What's going on with the masculine energy in the twins? What is going on in the masculine energies with the twins? Yeah, so lessons, right? Conclusions. So they arrive to their own conclusions when they go and take that test and come to a realization, this is not me. I am metamorphosis vibration. I have been in this hermit energy. They know what this energy, this vibration feels like when they go and test that low vibrational energy. Then they're like, it doesn't feel right. The test to come to the conclusion back again where they truly want to be. let me pull some more. Fifth dimension on the bottom. There's a lot of telepathic, and I really do think it's like the 5D happening and the guidance that's happening on the 5D level with the masculines. Here we have understanding. What else, Spirit, does the masculines? What's going on with the twins masculine energy? What's going on with the twins masculine energy? Yeah. And exactly what I'm saying, understanding. So they reach an understanding. This is more what I'm feeling. Understanding, free will. So they act on their free will. They reach an understanding, come to that level of regret with the lesson. And then they fall into knowing that, you know what, I've kind of been working on myself for some time. And this is happening now in the spring. This is the energy they're falling into in the spring right now. They are raising their vibration because it's about their metamorphosis. So conclusions are coming more faster within them. So they go in their lower self and come out of their lower self much quickly, falling into their higher self. And that's a really good energy because there's an understanding that they do it to themselves, okay? So masculines, if you're listening to me, it's okay. You know, these are the lessons that in your distorted masculine you need it, but there you have to also understand that you don't have to fall into those traps anymore. And we feminines have been there. So every time you fall into this lesson, guess what? You're going to always come back better. But you don't have to. That's also free will. You already learned what is there to check, right? What update do you need, right? Karmic partner, refocus, settling, and then here with the feminine, admired and awakening. And that's exactly what's happening. Like they'll fall into their karmic energy, which is the drinking, again, all of the things that they do to fill the void. Then they fall back and realize that, refocus. It's the test puts them to refocus, feminines. That's what I'm saying. They know that they settle. It's a settling behavior. It's habitual. They have to clean that side of themselves. They have to work on this really death energy. And it's the feminine energy that is more of the inspiration. It's the muse. It's the understanding. They're coming to a realization that in order to embrace this energy, to release this energy, they have to also love themselves. So let's see. I'm going to quickly pull what they need to surrender. So Spirit, what is it that the masculines need to surrender right now? I think this is actually really cute. Surrender the wonder and the awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and the wonder in all life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And that's just the wonder and the awe. Thinking that the spiritual side of you is just magic. It's just an imagination. But every time you have these lessons, you're going to realize it's not the imagination. And there is ecstasy in the flow of it. It is after you tested yourself and fallen into these karmic behaviors and then come out and say, God, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel anymore. You realize that the desires of your heart have changed. And that is a great place to be, because now you realize the magic of that hermit energy you spent so much time in, and what was its purpose. Although it felt very feminine, but it had its purpose, because now you're coming, you're shifting your focus, and now it's like you're planting the imprint. You're imprinting the higher version of you, and then there's no going back. After this, there's no going back. So you're realizing, I like this energy versus this energy, and you won't fall back into those traps, because now you truly, truly, truly understand and can compare, you know, how you feel. Let's see, let me pull an energy now. Let's see energy for the masculines. What energy the masculines are in. Give me an energy for the masculines. Yeah, see, back to the Hermit. Rest and rejuvenation and contract. Yeah, seeing your cycles. You go back to your Hermit, and guess what? You revisit what these contracts, these cycles, these cyclical cycles you have. But this is also 6, which is harmonizing. And 6 is also choosing love, not fear, right? And so you go back and just evaluate your behavior. Love it. Look what's under this, caring connection. Same energy. This is the Muse, right? The number 4. Like I said, planning. So you go back and now you're reevaluating and you're planning, masculines. You know, this is about what you want, the foundation your heart truly desires. This is what your heart truly desires. Let's just pull an ocean of emotion now. You know, the purity of this is just really beautiful. You know, the understanding of its purity, that there's nothing like this energy of loving yourself and embracing, understanding that you're deserving of something clean and pure, right? So, right, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And this is going back and saying, okay, I did what I did. I don't want to repeat this cycle. I know what contracts I want to keep and the ones I don't want to keep. So, Spirit, what are the emotions of the masculines right now? What are the emotions of the masculines? What are the emotions of the masculines? What are the emotions of the masculines? Yes, bottom of that, I'm going to show you. So nervous. My anxiety is worse than ever before. I'm constantly worried and insecure. And that's what happens. So they fell into their lessons, right? Because the void, they can't stand the anxiety. It's almost like the questioning of where they're at in this silence. And it's normal. It's normal, right, for them to fall into this anxiety and then seek validation, attention, and fall into old habits just as a soother, self-medicating, you know, the anxiety and the worry. But quickly they fall back and realize they want really genuine love. I'm so madly in love with you. You know, this is again in those lessons, realizing what their heart truly desires. Let's see what else I think I want to keep this video pretty short, feminines. We're going to pull some messages and just see what the masculines want to say. Because I just feel, again, this is just a quick, you know, it's just normal where they fall into this trap, but it's just a stepping stone to change. It's a stepping stone to change. So what is the untold message of the heart for the masculines? What does the masculines want the feminines to know? What does the masculines want the feminines to know? Confusion. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of anxiety, constantly worried and insecure. Very much. It's just a lot coming to the surface in this time. Sorry. Please accept my apology so we can move past this. ego. It's easier to block everything out right now. I'd rather ignore my emotions. Yeah. I'm clingy. Feeling trapped pushes me away. Please give me some space. And that's just where they're at right now. The questioning, the confusion, the regret with the sorry. Of course, like I said, falling into the ego, the struggle with the old ego version of themselves that seek validation. So I'd rather ignore my emotions. So there's the numbing, and so they self-medicate. This is just where they're at. I really, obviously, in the very near future, a shift is going to happen. Right? Yeah. Gentle. I am staying away from you because the last thing I want to do is hurt you. And that's just it. It's just a process, right? This is a transition right now. They're falling more into this, and this is going to happen all spring, to be honest, I feel. For the masculines that I'm picking up today, you know, but I feel like I've been picking up these masculines transitions for some time now. You know what? I'm not going to pull those. I think I'm just going to leave it at, oh, yes, I do want to pull a guidance. All right, Spirit. So let me just get a masculine's guidance for our masculines. What's the guidance right now for the masculines and the twins? Guidance for the masculines and the twins. Yeah, look at this. Take it slow. This is a time of slow movement. Take things one step at a time and watch your progress. By slowing things down, you will get the clarity you need. And this is just it, right? That's why Spirit here with the High Priestess, it says, there's no need to take action right now. Be patient with yourself. So it's a patience of growing and learning, growing and understanding also, you know, and family, friends. It's time to spend with your loved ones. Their love for you will bring you new energy and creativity. Celebrate your relationships. And I feel like this is for you, feminines. You know, overall, just continue to enjoy yourself. You know, embrace your close friends right now, and the people who actually, you know, here also let your friends help you. Those people who you can actually trust right now and share your energy and where you're at, but only those who you can trust, because it's about managing that frequency where the shifts are happening within your masculine and feminine energy and your journey. Because at the end of the day, remember, always, I will always say this is the journey to self. This is for you. This is about your growth. You also have the masculine energy within yourself, and so it's always good to have an understanding of this journey. That, I mean, if it wasn't for these safe spaces for us to get an understanding, because everything outside of us, you know, especially the ones, the family and friends who don't understand, it's not the place or the space to share where we're at. You know, we can enjoy them in other ways, but in terms of this journey and what we're internalizing and what we're experiencing and what we're transitioning out of, it's not, you know, it's not something you share with everyone. So this is the read, my feminines, and to the masculines watching who I feel needed this guidance. You know, it's an in and out, but this is where you need to be. Your change, your butterfly effect, your vibration, and this is about choosing the highest version of you every day. You get to choose that every day you wake up. So I love you. And please like, share, subscribe, click that bell button if you guys enjoyed my frequency. But with that said, live always relentlessly in striving aspiration. This is the evolution of your soul, and I'm here to nurture you. Until next message. Bye.